Hey all, this is J-Rock. It's been a long time since our last video. Here I am, Rocket Kick, the big juicy. Say what's up? Hi, that's it, just a hi.
I'm driving, Jay, I'm driving.
Driving me crazy, maybe. Our cruising through Illinois en route to Murray, Kentucky to turn in the red hot shit boxes, we like to call it. Anyways, I know it's been a long time since the last video. Just to give everybody an update, back in the day, started with Prime in November of 2019. Now here we are, February 2021. Since then, been with PTL. I was with them since last August. We've tried our luck with other companies, have learned that the grass is not always greener on the other side. Definitely remember that when looking into other companies. They will promise you the world, and a lot of them will not deliver. I mean, we went through one company, completed orientation, got all the paperwork saying that we were hired and everything. And then they found on... I had my CDL, but for some reason, before I had my CDL, I had an operator's license in Tennessee, but before Tennessee, I had lived in Florida. Well, when I moved from Florida to Tennessee, Tennessee never canceled out my operator's license. In Florida, when I turned in my Florida license to Tennessee. So, long story short, the company basically said, oh, you got an operator's license in Florida, so we're still going to let you on and everything, but you may have to ride with a passenger with your wife until we can get you cleared. Okay, no problem. Like I said, we completed the orientation and everything. Then they sent us to Dallas, Texas to go pick up our truck. Boom. Get to Dallas, Texas. The truck we got wasn't what was promised. It was nasty, covered in dirt. Looked like it hadn't been washed in like 4 years. How old it was, I don't know. Because, like I said, it was covered in dirt and just gave the impression of being old and antique. But, anyways, we got there. Go to start our orientation there, and all of a sudden they look at me, yeah, you can't complete the stuff you need to complete here. Well, why can't I complete the stuff I need to complete? Well, technically you're not an employee right now. I was like, what do you mean I'm not an employee? I've already got my orientation completion certificate. I've signed papers that you're going to be taking a certain amount from my wages for company materials that you've sold to me, which were required that I take: the cuff locks, the alloy locks, spikes for my shoes. I mean, so I'm supposed to reimburse you guys for all this from the contract that I signed, but yet you're telling me I'm not an employee, which would make this contract null and void. They said, yeah, that's pretty much correct. At this point, you're not an employee of the company until this is cleared off your license. We can't even allow you in the truck here. I'm like, well, you're corporate, and the orientation people said, oh, excuse me.
Smoker's cough.
Yep, that smoker's cough.
Corona cough.
So I was like, well, you know, the people there at orientation and corporate said they'd let me go as a passenger, if anything. Oh, no, we can't let you do that. That's not allowed. We can't continue the process here of getting you signed in as a team. You're basically, she's allowed in the truck, but you're not. And she can go out on her own if she wants to, solo right now until your stuff is cleared, but you're not allowed out. It's like, okay, wow. So for this company, I had 6 months left on my med card. They made me go through a new physical. On top of that, of course, because I'm a little on the heavy side, or as Gabriel Iglesias would say, the fluffy side, I was told I needed to go for a sleep study. Fun. We all know how exciting those are. And of course, oh yeah, you stop breathing for more than 10 seconds in your sleep. 23 times. So you need a CPAP. Yeah, okay, whatever. It's probably because the little sticky thing wouldn't stay on my chest like it was supposed to, and each time it fell off, it looked like I stopped breathing. But okay, whatever. So I went through all that just to be told I'm not a company employee and wasn't allowed on the truck, and we were allowed to store our stuff in the truck, but I wasn't allowed to leave the terminal in it. So needless to say, we sat around in the cheap one-star rinky-dink slum of a hotel that they put us up in. And after sitting the whole weekend, we decided it was time to go back to the old company, which thank God they took us back. They've been really, PTL has been really good to us. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of issues, but you know what? You're going to have issues with any company you go with. There's always going to be something. I mean, Prime lied to me about the money. PTL, they've been honest and upfront. If you want an honest and good company to work for, PTL is it. But on the downside is the equipment. Equipment. We're constantly having issues with every truck they put us in. We have finally had one good one, but then we had to have it repaired. How many times we were in for that inverter issue?
Once.
Yeah, we were in twice for an inverter issue, and every time we brought the truck in, they said they found nothing wrong. Yeah, they couldn't take it on a road test for whatever reason. And that was the downfall. That was when we quit and went to the other company. Had issues with the other company, came back to PTL. And, you know, my goal for a long time has been to go lease. I know I haven't really talked about my boy Danny from back in the day. Hey, him and I grew up together. We used to talk about trucks and wanting to become truck drivers, and unfortunately he passed away back in 2000. And so now here I am now fulfilling those dreams that we both had. And doing it in his honor and trying to collect money for different charities here and there, and just trying to do everything as he would have done. And yep, so now we're off to our next company. I am not going to say any names of any companies right now. You will not hear it out of my mouth. It will be a surprise within the next coming week, and you'll learn all the amazing details of everything that's going on with myself and Big Juicy.
Hello.
And of course the open road. So stay tuned for our trucking adventures, as we'll be updating regularly. Starting with our orientation with the new company in a few days. Look forward to talking to everybody and seeing everybody online. And just remember, hammer down, keep the shiny side up. J-Rock and the Big Juicy are out.